Hi guys, it's Stock Curry, and welcome back. I missed you guys so much. I just got back from my conference, and I gotta tell you, it was exhausting, it was tiring, it was just non-stop for 3 straight days. But it was really good. I am completely renewed, and I am ready to get back to making money in the stock market. Now, you might have noticed that there is a new image on this channel. The image channel has changed, and that's because I got the photos back from my photo shoot that I did last week, and I went for this sort of serious, like, we're gonna kill it in the stock market look. Hopefully you guys like it. Let me know. You can head on over to the community tab and let me know your thoughts on the new photo. As regarding the stock markets, obviously I didn't really have time to look at it much over the past 4 days, but I looked at it a little bit today when I got back, and two things I can see. For one, I can see that cryptocurrencies have absolutely tanked. I mean, they are really going down. They don't look like they're bottomed out or anything. They just look like they want to continue to drop. And I'm not talking about like this or that cryptocurrency. I'm talking cryptocurrencies across the board. They're just going down. And I wasn't really sure why that was, but luckily one of the YouTubers that I watched today did in fact give us the answer. And so we're going to talk about that in today's video. Also, it looks like the stocks, a lot of the high growth stocks have started to rebound. I think I said last week that if we got green days on Thursday and Friday, that we might actually be over the hump and ready to start rebounding. It looks like we kind of sort of did. I don't know. My portfolios overall, Thursday and Friday combined, were up 9%. But the high growth portfolio was only up like 2%. So I'm not really sure what exactly was going on there. It looks like some of the stocks may have started to go up. My penny stock portfolio did really well, but they're kind of hitting the 200-day EMAs that they had dropped below. So we're hitting a little bit of resistance. I think we do need maybe 1 or 2 more days to see if we can get, say, Monday or Tuesday green on these high growth stocks before I would be really comfortable saying that, yes, we are rebounding and everything's going to go back up. Right now, we're at a level of resistance, so it's really hard to say for sure. Plus, the NASDAQ and a lot of the other markets have been up because a lot of these really big companies like Tesla and Apple and whatnot have gone up. Well, earnings are coming out this week. It is a huge, massively huge earnings week this week. And so depending upon how those earnings go is going to determine how the market actually goes. This could be one of those events where stocks went up last week going into earnings, one of those, buy the hype, sell the news type things, and now stocks are going to tank after earnings. That could happen. We could see a red week this week if the earnings are as expected or a little bit below expectations. So we got to watch for that. Earnings are the big unknown. It's the name of the game this week is earnings, earnings, earnings. So we're going to be watching earnings. We got major earnings on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And so it's going to be interesting to see what the market does. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I can't predict it. We're all just going to sit here and wait and watch. But in today's video, I am going to tell you how to play some of those earnings. So make sure you watch the whole video today because we have a lot to cover. And I'm going to spread out the market knowledge over a couple of different stock picks. So make sure you watch the entire video to get all of the information that I have to tell you today. Now, for those of you guys who are new to this channel, my name is Stock Curry. I used to work as an analyst for some large investment banks, and now I analyze stock picks from the top 10 YouTubers. I give you both the cliff notes on the top 10 YouTubers, as well as my analysis on their stock picks. If any stock I mentioned today piques your interest, make sure you listen to who I say mention that stock, and then go watch their video to get the full details on what they said. Now, all I ask for putting all of this together for you guys is that you hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell icon, and then click all, so that you can get notified when I release my next video. In fact, I'll give you 5 seconds to do that right now. Alright, before we get into today's video, I just want to remind everyone that I'm not a financial advisor and none of the YouTubers I follow are financial advisors either. Today's video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who are wondering, you are currently looking at the Webull desktop app. Webull is the app that I use for my trading, and it is also the app that I use in all of my videos. Alright, let's get into today's stock picks. First up is ADAUSD. This is Cardano. This is an altcoin that is starting to gain traction. Larry Jones said he is bullish on ADA. I also own ADA. It did drop over the past week, along with all cryptocurrencies, but now might be a good time to buy the dip. Next up is DOGEUSD. This is Dogecoin. Keenan Grace recommends loading up on DOGE now while the hype has died down and the price is lower. This actually hit my ideal buy-in price of 17 cents on Thursday, but I missed it because I was traveling. Keenan Grace does recommend keeping DOGE at 2% of your portfolio or less, and I would agree with that. Next up is COIN. This is Coinbase. This is a platform that is used to trade cryptocurrencies. COIN dropped below my $300 buy-ender price on Friday. Larry Jones bought COIN at $289. Larry Jones spent about 25 or 30% of the amount he plans to invest into COIN in his first purchase. He plans to make 2 or 3 more purchases in the future so that he can dollar cost average in. Next up is RIOT. This is Riot Blockchain and they're a Bitcoin miner. The traveling trader let us know that all cryptocurrencies, including crypto mining stocks, were down last week after fears came out that the US government would tax cryptocurrencies with an insanely high tax rate of 80%. The traveling trader does not think that would actually happen, but it still generated enough fear to trigger a sell-off in all cryptocurrencies. By the way, this also holds true for other crypto mining stocks such as MARA. Next up is AAPL. This is Apple. Smart Trader likes AAPL for a short-term technical trade. He thinks that once AAPL breaks out above $136, it will rise to $140 and then $145, and eventually to new all-time highs. AAPL reports earnings on Wednesday, so that could be a catalyst to get it to new all-time highs. Next up is APXT. This is a SPAC and they're merging with AvePoint, which is a data management company that is specifically focused on the Microsoft Cloud. Chris Zane said he is loading up on APXT and reiterated his $20 price target. I would just caution you to be careful with APXT because it is a SPAC and SPACs are being heavily shorted right now with a legitimate concern coming from the SEC. Once this merges, it will no longer have a $10 floor and could fall much further. Next up is CCIV. This is a SPAC and they are merging with Lucid Motors. Lucid Motors is an American EV company and a competitor to Tesla. The merger is supposed to happen sometime between April and June of this year. Keenan Grace reminded us that Lucid Motors hopes to start deliveries of their first vehicle sometime in the second half of this year. They have started allowing third-party publishing companies to get hands-on with their vehicles in order to increase publicity prior to their first deliveries. CCIV has started to bottom out and go back up, but the technicals are still pointing to consolidation. Keenan Grace gave a $19 ideal buy-in price on CCIV. Next up is CHPT. This is ChargePoint. They're the largest charging station company in North America with 73% of the total market share. Larry Jones says he bought CHPT under $20 last week. As you can see on the chart, CHPT has a floor at around $19.38. So Larry Jones pretty much bought at the bottom. The chart is now bullish, so CHPT may have bottomed out for the last time on Wednesday. Next up is FCEL. This is FCEL Energy. They're a renewable energy company. Chris Zane likes FCEL for a short-term play. He said to consider buying in at $10 and taking a $20 price target. Technically, FCEL is showing early signs of a rebound. The MACD histogram is rising, the RSI is rising, and the MACD is about to form a golden cross. The EMAs are still bearish though, so we'll have to see if FCEL can break above the 10-day and 200-day EMAs on Monday or Tuesday, or if it bounces and continues to fall. If it does break through, then I think we have a stock that could easily get back up to $13.50. If it breaks above $13.50, then I think we see FCEL rise all the way up to $18.20. I'm not super confident about FCEL rising above that though, so I will give you an $18 price target. Next up is GNOG. This is Golden Nugget Online Gaming. Chris Sain reiterated his $30 price target on GNOG. GNOG still remains in consolidation with strong support at around $13. I will give you a buy-enter price of $14, an ideal buy-in price of $13, and a stop-loss price of $12. Next up is MSFT. This is Microsoft. Smart Trader likes MSFT as a short-term technical play. MSFT is in a rectangular consolidation pattern. Stocks will often break out either up or down out of a rectangular consolidation pattern. Depending upon which way MSFT breaks out, there might be the opportunity for short-term options day trade. If it breaks out to the upside, Smart Trader sees MSFT running quickly to $265 or $270 and eventually to $300. MSFT reports earnings on Tuesday, so that could be the catalyst for a breakout of the rectangular consolidation. Next up is MVIS. This is Microvision. This company produces LiDAR and heads-up displays for autonomous driving vehicles. Chris Sain said MVIS might have run up too far too fast, but he's not saying that for sure. He recommends buying both a put option and a call option at the same time on MVIS. This option strategy is called a straddle, and it makes money when you expect a stock to have a major price movement, but you aren't sure of the direction. The only problem with MVIS options right now is that the implied volatility is nearly 200%, which means you would need about a $7.50 price movement to make money on a straddle. So if you think MVIS will close below $10.50 or above $25.50 in the next 4 weeks, then you can buy a straddle as Chris Sain recommends. Otherwise, you will lose money doing a straddle. I personally never ever recommend buying options with an implied volatility greater than 100%. I really don't even like to buy options with an implied volatility greater than 50%. When the implied volatility is greater than 50%, you are better off selling options. You could sell an iron condor with a width of 7 and make money if MVIS closes between $12.50 and $26.50. Or for a simpler play, you could sell a cash secured put. However you decide to play MVIS, if you decide to play MVIS, then selling options is definitely the right thing to do with the implied volatility as high as it is. And looking at the technicals, while MVIS is bullish, I do see strong support at $19.33. So I would expect MVIS to pull back this coming week. Next up is NIO. This is NIO, and they're a Chinese EV manufacturer. Larry Jones said he bought more NIO and prefers buying NIO under $38. Smart Trader says he has most of his money in NIO. NIO is releasing earnings on Friday. Smart Trader thinks the entire EV sector as a whole is about to rebound, and the upcoming earnings could be a catalyst to kick it off. I will also tell you that technically NIO is looking very bullish right now. It held support at the 200-day EMA on multiple occasions. It also broke out of a descending wedge to the upside, which is bullish. The RSI is rising, which is bullish, and the MACD is very bullish right now, with the histogram rising and the gold line above the blue line. You just won't find a chart that is much more bullish than NIO. Smart Trader said this is his #1 stock heading into this week. All of that said, if NIO drops due to earnings for any reason, both Smart Trader and Zip Trader said that might be a good short-term buying opportunity. The traveling trader also said he does not expect NIO to drop in price post-earnings, and he listed it as one of the best stocks to buy now. Next up is OXY. This is Occidental Petroleum. They're a hydrocarbon exploration and petrochemical manufacturing company. The traveling trader likes OXY as a long-term hold. Technically, it does look like OXY was bottomed out and is starting to go back up. So if you also like OXY for a long-term hold, I think now is the best time to buy. And looking at the monthly chart, we can see why the traveling trader likes OXY as a long-term recovery play. Next up is RUN. This is Sunrun. They're a solar renewable energy company. The traveling trader listed RUN as one of the best stocks to buy now. They have a $78 average analyst price target, and they should benefit from Biden's infrastructure plan. The traveling trader likes RUN as a long-term hold. Next up is SENS. This is Senseonics. They're an implantable blood sugar glucose monitoring manufacturer. Smart Trader likes how SENS is holding the 200-day EMA, and he expects to see a bounce soon. Smart Trader likes SENS as a long-term hold, and he is currently holding shares. I will remind you that I also own SENS. Next up is SUNW. This is Sunworks. They're a renewable energy company specifically focused on solar. This chart looks very similar to SENS. Smart Trader also likes how SUNW is holding the 200-day EMA, and he sees a large rebound on SUNW if small cap growth stocks rebound. He likes this due to Biden's infrastructure plan. He also likes FCEL and GEVO for the same reasons. Next up is TIGR. This is Up Fintech Holdings. They're a broker similar to Webull. Smart Trader let us know that TIGR had a huge earnings beat a few weeks ago, but the stock hasn't risen massively since then. Smart Trader thinks that once TIGR can get above the 50-day SMA, that it will be free to break out and continue higher. Keep in mind that not all stocks follow the exponential moving averages, or EMAs. Some stocks follow the simple moving averages, or SMAs, represented in Webull by the MA indicator. If I turn off the EMA and turn on the MA, you can see on this chart how TIGR continuously bounces off of the 100-day MA, which is the purple line. You can also see how it needs to break above the 50-day MA, which is the yellow line, before it will be above all levels of resistance. So if you find a stock that just doesn't look like it's following the EMAs, try looking at the MAs instead to see if you can find a pattern there. Now regarding TIGR, Smart Trader is looking for TIGR to break above the 50-day EMA and eventually get back up to all-time highs. Smart Trader gave a buy-enter price of $25 and an ideal buy-in price of $20. He also gave a $60 price target. This is a long-term hold for Smart Trader. Next up is TSLA. This is Tesla. They're an American EV manufacturer. Larry Jones reiterated that he thinks TSLA is a good buy under $700. Zip Trader reminded us that TSLA reports earnings on Tuesday. TSLA is still struggling with the global chips shortage, and yet they continue to beat production numbers. Zip Trader thinks this is because TSLA has strong relationships with its suppliers, so they are getting prioritized for chip delivery. If TSLA reports great numbers, Zip Trader expects TSLA to bring the entire EV market up with them. The Traveling Trader let us know that because TSLA reports delivery numbers prior to earnings, there often is not a lot of unexpected news on earnings, and that is why TSLA will often run up going into earnings and then sell off once earnings are announced. Everybody expects TSLA to beat earnings. The Traveling Trader said TSLA would have to blow earnings out of the water in order for TSLA to rise post-earnings. The Traveling Trader thinks TSLA will trade fairly flat post-earnings, and he likes the May 7th Iron Condor play. Remember that Iron Condor options make money when a stock trades fairly flat. Last, we have VIAC. This is Viacom CBS, their television network. Chris Zane recommends getting VIAC on your watch list. VIAC tanked last month due to the Archegos Capital liquidation, and now it looks like it found support. The MACD finally gave us a golden cross last week, and the RSI is rising. The EMAs are still bearish though, but I like the fact that VIAC closed above the 10-day EMA on Friday. Altogether, I'm seeing early signs of a recovery on VIAC. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video and get a lot out of it. Comment down below what your favorite stock pick is for this week. And if you want to get some free stocks, sign up for Webull using my link in the description below. When you sign up using my link and deposit just $100, Webull's going to send you 2 free stocks worth up to $1,850. They're also going to give me 1 free stock, so it helps you out and it also helps the channel out. Finally, remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell icon if you haven't already. I hope you have a lot of success trading, and I will see you tomorrow.